Well, it's nice to meet you, Alvis.
Yes, you too.
What's your last name?
Vaughn. Alvis Leak Vaughn III.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
That's fancy.
Yes, I know. yes, it is.
Okay.
It sounds like I should be rich, but
Yeah, it does. Flower. That is pretty. Okay, so.
these are the palms for
Uh-huh.
like Palm Sunday, and I make them out of the heart, and I guarantee they last forever. Yeah.
Yeah.
How did you learn how to do it?
A homeless gentleman taught me a long time ago. I wanted to learn 2 years prior, but the person wouldn't teach me. He said, I can't teach anybody my hustle. And then this other gentleman taught me, and it took me about 2 weeks to get my hands to do what my mind knew to do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I saw him how I twisted it, but then it took me a little bit to get it down right. And then after 2 weeks, I kind of ran with it. Yeah.
So how long does it take you to make one?
One, it takes about anywhere from 3 to 5 minutes.
Oh.
Yeah.
So could you make one, or like,
Yeah, I can make one.
where are you from?
I'm from New Jersey originally.
Oh.
Yeah.
How long you been here in Sarasota?
Since I was 11, and I'm 38 now, so what's that? 27 years, I think, right? Did I do that right?
Yeah. So do you usually just stay in this area here, or?
Yeah, this is usually the best spot. Believe it or not, this is the only place in Sarasota that I can sell these flowers for donation, and the cops won't bother me. Anywhere else in Sarasota, they'll kick me out. Yeah, this is the only place, which is crazy because Sarasota is supposed to be like an art, you know, the arts and stuff. I mean, every once in a while, like I could go downtown and stand on a corner for a little bit, and they may not mess with me, but within the hour, you can guarantee that I'll be kicked out.
So where do these come from?
These, actually, I got these by the bridge down the road, underneath the bridge. Yep. I try not to cut them out in front of businesses or houses or nothing like that. I usually get them like in a little forest area or something on the side of the road. And I've never gotten in trouble for cutting a heart out of a palm. And I know how to cut it out. Like if you cut too deep or take too much of the heart, you could kill the palm tree. But I don't do that. I take the ones that are prompt enough to where I can just take one or two and then I carry on. But some people that do these palms, I watch them butcher the tree, and it's like, that's not right, you know? They can wind up killing the tree, and that's not cool. Plus, you want to go back in 4 or 5 months and get another heart. Yeah.
You make it look so easy.
Yeah.
Is that hard on your hands when you?
Yes, very hard on my hands. Very hard. I actually also spin a flower that I made up. I call it the Rose of Alvis. I named it after myself. I know, but it's much bigger than this one. It's bigger than this one. It takes 2 palms, and it's harder, a lot harder on your hands to make. I have tried to teach other people how to make it, and their hands aren't strong enough to do it. I can do it. See, and then there you go. That's one. And that one wasn't so great because they're getting smaller. But I could show you how I make a big one, like the other rose, and it's my own style. I came up with it, so nobody in the world, you can't like you can Google these. Yeah, and they're online for like $5.99. I wish I had a website. I'd be killing it. But like the flower that I'm about to make, there's no way, nobody else, because it's my own style. I just got tired of making the same rose over and over and over again. So I figured I got to make something a little bit newer, you know, like something that's, because I was tired of spinning the same rose. So I came up with this concept. What I do is I take 2 instead of 1, and I strip one down a little bit all the way almost to the end, and I stick it inside this one like this. Yeah, just like this.
So how long did it take you to come up with this
This one,
making
well, actually about 7 years after making these flowers, for about 7 years, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna try something different, and this is what I came up with. It's like this flower, but it's bigger. It's opened up. So, okay. This is really hard on your hands, but
I know.
I'm gonna try to do it.
Don't want you to hurt yourself. Try.
Oh, it's okay.
Is there any kind of like thing you can put on your hand to help?
Not really. I mean, I brace it
just kinda
sometimes.
mess up
Yeah.
your-
Yeah, I got stung by a bunch of bees. I I was climbing up because sometimes I can't get the hearts on the ground, and I was climbing up a palm tree over on the other side of the interstate, and a bunch of bees came out of nowhere and stung me like, I don't know, probably 100 times. It was crazy.
When did that happen?
This happened about 3 weeks ago, almost a month.
Oh.
Yeah.
So what brought you here to Sarasota from New Jersey?
My mother's twin. Yeah. And then my mom just recently passed away a couple of years ago. She was like the only family I really talked to. She lived in Northport, and then so I stayed in Sarasota.
Can you make baskets and stuff out of these?
I have, but they take so long, and I have to do this for donation, or else I have to get a business license and all that.
Yeah.
And when I make a basket, it takes forever to make a basket.
It's just not worth
It's just not worth it.
Yeah.
It's really not worth it. I make crosses. I make my crosses a lot. I should have made some tonight. I didn't though. Oh my goodness. This is like weird. Yeah, I fell asleep wrong. I was laying some way. I fell asleep and I messed my right hand up. I like pinched nerves in my elbow because I shattered my elbow a long time ago when I was a kid. And when I woke up, my right hand is not functioning the way it normally does, and it's not. It's been a pain in the butt to spin roses ever since. And which really stinks because this is like my job. You know, it's like my livelihood is spinning these roses. And if one of my hands don't work, that's big.
Yeah.
Like right now I'm having a little trouble, but I'll get it done.
Oh yeah. Oh goodness.
Whew. Yeah, it's really.
Do you normally do it that fast, or are you just trying to do it fast?
No. Like I'm just trying to. It's just the normal speed. It's so hard on your hands. And like I said, I try to show other people this way of doing it, and they're like, "Oh, there's no way they can't hold the rose and spin it and be able to make it." So you have a YouTube channel? Mm-hmm. That's awesome.
Thank you.
That's awesome. Yeah, I accidentally broke my phone not too long ago. And, I love YouTube. My cousin bases his whole entire business around YouTube.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like he says he's a carpenter, remodeler. He doesn't know how to do any of it. So what he does is he goes to a house, says, "Yeah, I can do that." Tells anybody that does anything, and they tell him what he wants done. He goes out to his truck. He asks YouTube. He sits in the truck for about an hour or so and watches how to do it, what to get, and he goes out and buys all this stuff and whatever, and then he just goes into their house and does whatever YouTube tells him to do, and he's actually really good at it. I mean, you know, he turned out to be a pretty good remodeler, even though he never really grew up doing that. He just kind of like threw himself into it. And he's like, "Alvis, if I need to learn how to do anything, I just go to YouTube. YouTube shows you everything."
Yeah.
You know, I shouldn't have made the pedals so big, but I like it when these dry out because it looks a lot cooler. I don't know, but yeah. If I didn't make them so big, I could have had a little bit more, and it's a little more fuller, like you know.
Yeah.
It opens up and makes it look, you know, like a rose does when it's open. Yeah, and these are like what more or less what they look like when they're shut.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but yeah.
Yeah, that's nice.
Thank you.
That is.
Yeah, I try.
You got a tutorial and everything, Becky.
Yes, I did.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Well, it's nice to meet you, Alvis.
Yes, you too.
What's your last name?
Vaughn. Alvis Leak Vaughn III.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
That's fancy.
Yes, I know. yes, it is.
Okay.
It sounds like I should be rich, but
Yeah, it does.
yeah, this is true. This is true.
Oh,
All right,
okay.
ladies.
Well,
you
thank
have a great
you.
night. Yes, thank you. I appreciate you for having me on your channel.
Oh, yes. Well, I appreciate you showing us your thing.
Yes, thank you very much.
Alrighty.
Alrighty.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
See ya.